In a world where the impossible had become reality, dinosaurs once again roamed the earth. They thrived in isolated sanctuaries, protected by law and untouched by modern civilization. For Max, a brilliant young scientist with an unyielding fascination for these prehistoric creatures, this world was nothing short of a dream come true. From the moment Max could hold a book, his mind was filled with visions of mighty T-Rexes, soaring pteranodons, and gentle brachiosauruses grazing beneath ancient trees. His bedroom was a miniature museum, a place where dinosaur models and sketches lined every shelf, and posters of Jurassic landscapes covered the walls. Max wasn't like other kids. While they played video games or sports, he spent hours devouring paleontology books, dreaming of a future where he could stand face to face with the creatures he adored. Years passed, and Max's passion never wavered. He pursued his dreams relentlessly, excelling in his studies and earning a place at a prestigious university to study paleontology and biology. While others studied bones and fossils to understand the past, Max had a bigger vision: to bridge the gap between humans and dinosaurs, not just through science but through communication. One stormy evening in the university lab, Max was working late, poring over a newly discovered fossil. It was an astonishing find, a Triceratops skull so well preserved that even its smallest details remained intact. As Max delicately cleaned the fossil, he noticed something embedded within the bone, glinting faintly under the light. It wasn't mineral or rock, it was something foreign. "What is this?" he muttered, carefully prying the object free. What emerged was a small, mysterious device. Its surface was engraved with intricate patterns resembling claw marks, and it hummed faintly in his hand. Intrigued, Max spent the next several months analyzing the artifact. Through trial and error, combined with his own groundbreaking research, he unlocked its secret. The device was an ancient translator, a relic from a time when humans and dinosaurs may have coexisted. It was designed to interpret the low-frequency sounds and vibrations dinosaurs used to communicate. As Max perfected the translator, his childhood dream began to transform into reality. With his invention ready, Max knew he needed to test it in the field. But not just anywhere, he needed to visit one of the isolated dinosaur sanctuaries. These places, untouched by modern influence, were rumored to be teeming with life, a snapshot of the Mesozoic era brought back to life. Packing his gear, including the translator and a notebook, Max set off on an expedition to Isla Primeval, a remote island shrouded in mystery. Only a handful of people had ever visited, and fewer still had returned with stories. Guided by determination, Max boarded a small research boat and sailed through turbulent seas toward his destination. The moment Max stepped onto the island, he felt like he had traveled millions of years back in time. Towering ferns lined the path, and the calls of ancient creatures echoed through the thick, humid air. His heart raced as he spotted his first dinosaur, a flock of Compsognathus darting between the trees, their small, bird-like forms as vibrant as he had imagined. As he ventured deeper into the jungle, Max stumbled upon tracks, massive, three-toed impressions in the soil. He recognized them instantly as belonging to a Triceratops herd. Excitement bubbled within him as he followed the trail, hoping to test his device. The jungle opened into a clearing, and there they were, majestic Triceratops grazing peacefully in the golden sunlight. Their sheer size and presence took Max's breath away. Carefully, he activated the translator, adjusting the settings until it emitted a soft hum. With a deep breath, he spoke into the device. "Hello, my name is Max. Can you understand me?" To his amazement, the largest Triceratops, a massive creature with a scarred frill and intelligent eyes, lifted its head. The translator emitted a deep, rumbling response in a language Max could understand. "Greetings, Max. I am Tara, leader of this herd. How is it that you speak our tongue?" Max's eyes widened in awe. It worked. It really worked. Max spent the next few days with Tara and the herd, learning about their lives, their migration patterns, and their ancient traditions. Tara, a wise and protective leader, explained how the dinosaurs thrived on the island, maintaining a delicate balance with nature. Max marveled at how they communicated through subtle vocalizations, body language, and even vibrations in the ground. As Max grew closer to the herd, he realized that his translator was more than just a tool, it was a bridge between worlds. The other Triceratops, initially wary of the human, began to approach him with curiosity. One young Triceratops, whom Max nicknamed Blinky for its frequent blinking, took a particular liking to him, often nudging his backpack in search of treats. Max shared his knowledge of the modern world with Tara, who listened intently. In return, Tara shared the wisdom of the ancient past, tales of how dinosaurs once ruled a vast, interconnected world. The bond between Max and the herd grew stronger with each passing day, filling Max with a sense of belonging he had never felt before. But the peaceful days didn't last. One morning, as Max was sketching Blinky near a watering hole, Tara approached him with an air of urgency. "Max," Tara rumbled, "there is danger in the jungle. We have sensed the presence of an intruder, one who brings fear and chaos." Max's heart sank. He knew who it was. Dr. Victor Grimbold, a rival scientist infamous for his unethical methods, had been following Max's work for years. If Grimbold had found the island, it could only mean trouble. Determined to protect the herd, Max vowed to stop Grimbold before he could cause harm. Together with Tara, Max set out to track the intruder, his translator in hand and his heart filled with resolve. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of an adventure that would test his courage, his intelligence, and his bond with the dinosaurs he had come to call friends. Max and Tara followed the faint traces left behind by the intruder. Broken branches, disturbed soil, and faint chemical scents led them deeper into the jungle's heart. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the calls of nocturnal creatures filled the air, and Max tightened his grip on the translator. "Stay close, Max," Tara warned, her deep voice resonating with caution. "This forest hides more than just intruders." The trail eventually led them to a small clearing where Max's worst fears were confirmed. Dr. Victor Grimbold was there, setting up a makeshift lab among the ancient trees. By his side were crates of equipment, drones buzzing overhead, and a glowing container holding Max's stolen translator. Max clenched his fists in anger. Grimbold, with his smug grin and slicked-back hair, looked like a predator in his element. The scientist's voice rang out as he barked orders to his team. "This device is the key to controlling the greatest force the world has ever seen. With it, the dinosaurs will be mine to command." Tara growled lowly, her horns lowering in instinctive defense. Max whispered, "We need a plan. Charging in will only put the herd and the translator at risk." They retreated to a safe distance, where Max and Tara devised a strategy. Tara would alert the herd to create a diversion, while Max would infiltrate the camp and retrieve the translator. The young scientist knew it was risky, but there was no alternative. The translator's power in Grimbold's hands could spell disaster not just for the dinosaurs, but for the entire world. Under the cover of night, Tara and the other Triceratops executed their part of the plan. With ground-shaking roars and thunderous stomping, they charged toward Grimbold's camp. The chaos startled his team, sending them scattering into the jungle. "Dinosaurs," one of the assistants screamed as a young Triceratops rammed into a crate, sending its contents flying. In the confusion, Max crept toward the glowing container holding his translator. He slipped past the frightened workers and reached for the device. His hands were shaking, but his resolve was steady. Just as his fingers closed around the translator, Grimbold appeared, wielding a tranquilizer gun. "I knew you'd come for it, Max," he sneered. "But you're too late. I've already programmed the translator to obey my commands. Soon, even the mightiest predator will answer to me." Before Max could respond, a deafening roar shook the camp. From the shadows emerged a pack of velociraptors, their sharp eyes glinting in the moonlight. Grimbold activated the modified translator, barking commands in an attempt to control them. The raptors hesitated, their confusion evident. "Stop this, Grimbold!" Max shouted. "They're not weapons. They're living creatures." Grimbold laughed. "And I'll make them mine." But the raptors were smarter than Grimbold anticipated. Sensing the chaos and distrust in his voice, they turned their attention to him. Tara and the herd arrived just in time, encircling Grimbold and cutting off his escape. Max seized the opportunity to disable the modified translator, restoring it to its original settings. "It's over, Grimbold," he said, standing tall despite the fear in his chest. "You've lost." With the translator back in his possession, Max used it to calm the raptors, assuring them they were free. Their snarls softened, and they retreated into the jungle, their swift forms vanishing into the shadows. Grimbold, realizing his defeat, tried to flee, but Tara blocked his path with a firm stomp. "You will face judgment for your crimes," she rumbled, her voice a mix of authority and menace. The next day, Max and Tara led Grimbold back to the island's council, a gathering of humans and dinosaurs who worked together to maintain the sanctuary's balance. The council sentenced Grimbold to repair the damage he caused, ensuring he would never harm the island again. With the danger averted, Max turned his attention to what truly mattered, fostering the connection between humans and dinosaurs. The translator became more than just a scientific breakthrough, it became a symbol of unity. Max worked with Terra and the other dinosaurs to build a future where both species could coexist peacefully. Years later, the island thrived as a sanctuary of harmony and understanding. Max, now a legend among humans and dinosaurs alike, continued his work, unlocking more secrets of the ancient world. Every evening, he sat by a campfire with his dinosaur friends, sharing stories and dreams under the starlit sky. The tale of Max and the translator became a timeless legend, reminding all who heard it of the power of courage, empathy, and the enduring bond between worlds.